Hello, welcome to this week's Bunch podcast with me, Gareth, your host, and Keith as your host too. Hello, Keith. How you doing? How was everything going? Good.
Yeah,
what? Brilliant. Anyway, let's get on to the news. Thank you very much. So the first piece of news is anyway. Sorry, I've had too much coffee.
I've had 3 today, but fuck it now.
Did you see the comment on last week's podcast?
No.
There's a comment from a guy. He said, "You guys are slightly hilarious."
Slightly.
So it's slightly hilarious.
Slightly?
I'm gonna have that put on like a review thing. Slightly internet describes as slightly hilarious.
It must be English. If they're saying slightly.
I fucking hope so. Is it Australian? I'll accept Australian. Canadian at a push. I won't. Not American. Not happening. If it's German, fuck me. We must be funny.
Look at this comment. Did I join? You knew we had just started.
Are you still? I have to ask, woman, are you still in traffic to go to Tip? I have to ask that question.
Okay.
Because she went to the Tip and I haven't seen her since, so I don't know if she binned herself or sent herself to recycling. If that's the case, I'm after a new wife. Yeah, gareth.perry@protonmail.com. Just saying. No insider information. I've literally just got home. Okay.
Good
Scrub that last comment. I'm surprising she hasn't yelled out.
You're in trouble in a sec. There's a slightly delay, so you'll be in trouble in a second. If I hear suddenly you're just going to see his hand smack around the back of your head.
Oh no, sometimes she pops in while we're talking, and I'm like, that's a really shit joke for those listening. Sorry, it's a visual gag there. Anyway, going back to how you been? What have you been up to? What have you been watching? I
had a really good week. I rewatched Paradise, and fuck me, don't watch Paradise when you're doing work because you miss fucking everything. Mm-hmm. So went back, laser focus, went oh shit. It was like okay, all right, maybe you was right. And then I had a really good fucking evening last night. We had a date night. We went to a new ramen place. And the restaurant, the chef spoke quite good English. He said, "Let me take you through the menu." And he goes, "So where are you from?" I said, "Oh, I'm near London," because I always say that because nobody fucking knows where Molesey is, right? And this guy goes, "Oh, yeah, I was in England for a while." And I went, "Oh, no, where were you?" He goes, "Oh, I studied at Kingston." I went, "No fucking way, I'm from Molesey." And he went, "I lived there for a while." And he was an Arsenal fan, so, good guy by my standards. Well, perfect. If he'd been a Liverpool supporter, I would have had to, disown him. But, it's Tottenham. That's fine. I'm joking.
They lost to Tottenham.
But then,
Hove Albion too, or did they draw with them? I can't remember.
Then I took the missus to see Project Hail Mary, and we're going to be talking about it later. But fucking awesome. We'll talk about it later.
Good.
But yeah, no, it was really good. Really good week. As I said, enjoyed the fuck out of Paradise, having watched it properly. And yeah, enjoyed the fuck out of Project Hail Mary, which is really good because I thought I might not like it because of the book, but actually it was good. So we'll talk about it afterwards. But yeah,
okay.
No news this week, so there's very few stories in there.
No, supposed news last week. Let's have this one, I think.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
I can't find my notes. Where is it? Oh shit! No, really, I can't find my notes. Where the fuck have I put my notes? Buffy the Vampire Slayer was last week, wasn't it?
And there is another Buffy one.
Oh shit!
No. Do you want me to
read the first? I've lost my notes. Shit!
Do you want me to give you the lowdown on the story? Here's the thing: Paradise
is getting season 3.
Is getting a season 3, yeah. Well, final season. So we have roughly got 10 episodes to wrap all this shit up. And Gareth, I've got questions. I got a fucking bunch of questions.
All right, hold on. I found them. Hulu is quietly backing one of its more under-the-radar successes, officially renewing Paradise for a third season, starring Sterling K. Brown in the political thriller / sci-fi thriller / post-apocalyptic thriller, building momentum without dominating the headlines. It's exactly making renewal interest in today's streaming landscape, where shows are getting axed after 1 or 2 seasons. See fucking Netflix. Reaching season 3 isn't just survival, it's a sign of strategic value. Hulu clearly sees something worth investing long term, whether that's consistent viewership, critical stability, or simply a reliable presence in a crowded catalogue. The real question is whether Paradise is evolving into a cornerstone, or will it be benefit from being good enough in an era where it needs to have a winning formula. So there you go. Found my notes. Where was I?
I would have been monumentally pissed off if it hadn't got. This would have hurt if this had got cancelled. But the ratings are good. It's doing well. I mean, it's not under the radar. It's quite above the radar, actually. I think it's doing quite well. My sister watches it, so if my sister knows what it is, then normies know what it is.
So let's play a game, yeah? If this was released in 2020, do you think it would have got season 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. If it was, and if Netflix were doing it, I think it would have got season 3 too.
I don't think it's under the radar. Not like some other things that we watch.
It's. How many theory crafting videos do you see about I think we might be the only. Do you?
No, I've seen like a shit ton. No, they're there. There's a shit ton of them. As soon as I typed in who was Alex, right? There's a shit ton of them, and a lot of them agree with what I already had summarized. Because as soon as I fucking heard about the quantum entanglement and something aware thingy, I typed it into ChatGPT and it gave me a load of shit. And I went, this has got fuck all to do with time travel. Where does time travel come into it? And it went, it's not conventional time travel. And I went, you might be right. Anyway, I've got some theories. I've got multiple theories as to what it could be.
It's weird because in the notes generated, it says one of the things to look at is Sterling, the guy who plays Xavier Collins, Sterling K. Brown. I think he's a great actor. I think that he's got a great character. I think he's very convincing. He's very watchable. The downside is he's had the most boring bit of this season. As I said, all the interesting stuff was happening in the bunker.
You say that, and you're mostly right, but there was some interesting stuff going on the outside, which I missed the fucking first time.
He has made it so it's watchable and it's engaging on the outside.
Yeah. I know. I mean, the bit with him and the girl when she passes, that's pretty fucking killer. And he sold that. There's a lot more going on here than it's got me more going. Talking about multiple theories here than the first season did. I don't think they are ever going to top episode 7. I just don't think they're ever going to top them.
I don't know. I think he's going for it. I really think the creator's going for it. I think that their episode 7 season 2 is going to be Attack on the Bunker. That's what I think episode 7 is going to be. Season 2.
Well, we've got it tomorrow, so we'll find out. But I mean, we'll talk more about what's going on in the review section. But look, I'm glad it's got a season 3. It fucking deserves it. We need it to wrap it up, but it does mean we've only got 10 episodes left. And there are a lot of fucking questions here. The thing I like about Paradise is, right, that first episode is the most surprised and subverting expectations in a good way I have been in a very long while, right? Because I called you and went, you've got to fucking watch this. I'm not telling you anything about it because you've got to feel the same way as me. Because by the end of that first episode, it's like, okay, what the fuck am I watching, right? And then I thought, I'm watching a post-apocalyptic drama, and that's kind of cool. And season 2 has done it again, going, what the fuck am I watching?
It's a post-apocalyptic thingy with time travel elements.
We'll talk about that. But what it retains is its humanity, which is at its soul, it's about human relationships, which is what all of the this guy's shows have really been about. And I mean, and you need good actors for it. And you're right, Sterling K. Moss as Xavier, fucking brilliant.
Right. Yeah.
What's her face as? I mean, they're all really good in this. Actually, the cast is good, and they play their fucking parts well. What's his face as the president was great.
I have to say, in the last episode, the former head of the Secret Service and the daughter became very bitchy. I mean, really bitchy to the point that I was like, kind of, dude, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to put across frustration, but he's just coming across as a bitch. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, the previous head of the Secret Service had racial issues, which had never been in the entire series up until that point. They were never even brought up. And it was like, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, it's why have you put that in there? And that's the bit that kind of threw me off a bit. Maybe it's like they were, we'll put it in one episode. That'll fucking shut up the execs saying that we've not brought this shit up. Yeah, and I didn't like that because it was like it was never there. Yeah. The reason you liked Xavier Collins was because Xavier Collins was an interesting and a good guy trying to do the right thing. Primarily for his family and then his friends and then for everyone around him. And you got that. And it's like the story with his father was always something that really fucking got me, where he had to ground his dad. Yeah.
Basically, you had a black character and the first thing that was about was not the colour of his skin, which makes a refreshing change in Hollywood. I'm going to say it. Because half the time you see this, you get a gay character. What's their defining characteristic? They're gay.
Yeah, and that's not how you do it.
No, this is what It's why there are a few shows I quite like at the moment because, like, I mean, I know you don't watch it; it's not your thing, but I like Shrinking. And one of the things I like about Shrinking is that there's two gay characters in there, but their defining characteristics is not that they're gay. It's part of them, but actually it focuses very little on the fact that they are gay. It focuses on the fact that they've adopted a daughter, and it focuses on things like that. What I liked about Sterling K. Moss's character was that it was almost colorblind. Right, that you didn't hear those Hollywood stereotypes or blah blah. It barely came up. I'm not sure it bothered me as much as it bothered you. I think it sometimes. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a reality in part of life that there is that kind of thing. And in terms of this show, this show hasn't played that card very often. Realistically, somebody of her colour probably would have faced something like that at some point in her life. I don't think they made a lot of it. I think the fact that she got banged up for doing something that she, banged up for something she didn't do, that might bring up resentment. I think it was I don't think it was too heavy-handed. The daughter being slightly bitchy... Teenage brat.
I know, but I want to because I like Xavier Collins' character. I want to like him and his family. Does that make sense? Because he's a good guy, and you expect him to raise good children.
Yes, but I mean, nobody is perfect. Again, I think it's reasonably. If she continues to be an arsehole, but her boyfriend's been banged up, shit's going on. And no one's telling her anything. I can understand the way she's reacting.
Yeah, but there's a difference between frustration and bitchy. Yeah. So
it's a fine line. And look, if it continues on much beyond what it did in this episode, then maybe it becomes a thing that we talk. But right now, I trust this writer that he's good at human behaviour. And so far, one of the things. Despite everything that's going on and despite the new conundrums that we've got in Paradise, the thing that is very much grounded is the way people behave. Right? Now, we've always known, we have hated, we have sympathised with Sinatra, we've hated her, right? And now we're beginning to find out that there's more to this. And again, I think we're going to end up seeing her as a hero, despite what she might have done.
I'm thinking, I'm worried that whatever she's done actually set off the caldera and caused that super volcano to go.
Possibly.
So
Possibly.
it'll be interesting.
But
anyway,
again, the rocking horse was the thing.
We need to save that for when we actually talk about the episode. There's lots. We got stuff to talk about. Let's move on to our next story. So, we'll have that one.
All right, Gold Member. Don't play the laughing boy. There are only two things I can't stand in this world. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
What?
The planned Hulu reboot of Buffy the Vampire Slayer is officially dead, with Sarah Michelle Gellar confirming the project has stalled out completely. What makes this more surprising is the level of talent attached to it. Oscar-winning director Chloé Zhao, responsible for The Eternals, I'll have you know, was involved, suggesting this wasn't just another nostalgic cash grab, but something aimed for more elevated and more cinematic take on the franchise. Despite that, the reboot never gained any real momentum. What the fuck is momentum? And now joining a growing list of legacy revivals that couldn't get off the ground. It raises a bigger question about properties are sometimes too culturally locked to the original era, and whether audiences actually want reboots or just like the idea of them.
So we talked about this getting cancelled last week, but there's a lot more that's come out now. So the script has got leaked, right? And so this is why we're reporting on this again, because Buffy was in it for less than a minute at the end, right? And you should hear some of the dialogue. I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar has come to its defense saying, "Oh, it's a pilot's a pilot, it's not a finished product." But seriously, the dialogue. I mean, I was hoping that your AI would pick up on it, but yeah. I mean, some of this was just terrible. I mean, it was like typical fucking woke ass speech, and it was all fucking Me Too. I mean, it there was so much stuff in it. I mean, it was talking about her agency, like, if this affects my agency. There were lines like that in it, and Buffy is in it for all of about a minute. Hence why the shockingly small screen time. Buffy's was less than a minute in the entire pilot.
So
and it's all these woke young girls, and I mean, there's a lot of videos on that on YouTube now talking about this, but some of the dialogue is terrible.
So the fact that the thing about not having Buffy in there because she should be doing the Giles role. That's it.
Yep.
Job done. Perfect. She can't. Don't sound rude. You're a bit older. Yeah. And you might not want to be running around staking vampires. Having someone else do that, it's good. But I'm trying to find with it. It's a kind of. Yeah, Chloé Zhao is not. Isn't a very successful director. No, unless it's her stuff. If you give her something that's not hers. No.
She's overrated. But I mean, there's more that's come out. I mean, Sarah Michelle Gellar's attacked a producer on there that apparently hated Buffy, and she's put the blame on him. But when you actually read this script, and no one's denying that the script is fake. What I think has happened, going to be up front here, right? I think a studio executive leaked the script thinking that it would excite people and try and get another studio to pick up the project. That's what I think has happened, right? But because they live in a fucking bubble, right, they thought that there was nothing wrong with the script. I think the studio took one look at this and went, we're in a post, woke world now. This shit's not going to fly and it's just not going to work. And you read that script, I wouldn't have greenlit it. It would have tanked. I mean, you've got a script with a load of woke bullshit in it and no fucking Sarah Michelle Gellar until the last minute. What? People are going to tune into a Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot. They're kind of going to expect to see Buffy.
You kind of wanted to open it. So I just found this. Hang on a second. I just found this. There's also an exchange between Stacy and her boyfriend Chris, in which he claims he didn't want to come to her defense early because he didn't want to take away her agency. To which she replies, he's trying to weaponize her feminism against her. Elsewhere, a character named Larkin, who is described as a chronic do-gooder with more heart than sense, is depicted as an exaggerated SJW stereotype, scolding people about assuming genders and pointing out gender dynamics by saying it's giving the patriarchy. It's giving patriarchy. If you can read the full script online, you can. Right, so this is Kotaku.
Yes, they haven't denied that this script is real. And I'm telling you, I think somebody it leaks this thinking that this was a way of getting Buffy made. This is real. This is utter bullshit. It's obvious.
I've got the script here.
Yeah, and no one's denying that this isn't real. This was the script for the pilot episode, and you wonder why no one greenlit this. I mean, with lines like that, I didn't come to your rescue because I didn't want to, no one speaks like that except in LA. No one in the world speaks like that. No one fucking thinks like that. If I see a man beating up or anybody beating up on a woman, I'm going to go to their defense. I don't care. If come to think of it, it's just it's kind of in my nature. Just fuck off with this bullshit. But yes, I am quite having just seen some of the dialogue from this. I am not surprised that no one greenlit this. And when you find out that Buffy is not in it until right at the end, she has like one line in it. And I'm sorry, The Internals was one of Marvel's worst films, if not their worst. Although I don't particularly. It's a toss-up between that and the second Doctor Strange film, because I liked the first one and the second one was so bad it's ridiculous. I do not rate Chloé Zhao at all. So I think Buffy fans, as much as you're upset that you're not getting your favourite Slayer back, you dodged a bullet and you weren't getting her anyway because she wasn't in it. Right, 1 minute. That's because she was too busy for what's that film, Catch Me If You Can 2 or something, that she's in.
So I'm just reading. I've just read the scene. Fuck me, that's a terrible scene.
Oh, the whole thing's terrible. The whole thing is terrible. But I think this was leaked not by somebody against this, by somebody who thought by leaking this it would excite the fandom, and all it's done is piss people off even more. And they're not denying this. They're doing the typical, this wasn't the finished product and blah 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 blah. The fact that somebody even wrote those lines tells you the type of people that were making this, and tells you how out of touch these people are.
Oh, I don't see. The thing is, it's I don't sound rude or anything. I think only Josh Whedon can write this or run it, because that's who he is, whether you like him or not. I think because it's his creation, he kind of has understanding more, even though I know for a fact that he would not write it like it was. He'd probably write something closer to that, but it would definitely have more fucking Buffy Summers in there.
Yeah. Although
that's the only thing I can say.
I mean, some of the stuff that he did on set was out of line. I mean, he wasn't like somebody that treated women bad. He was just a bully and a bit of a dick.
That's one of the reasons that Firefly got cancelled.
I know.
They decided it was going to fail before it even got finished filming it.
That's because he was a dick. I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of, let's not. Joss Whedon kind of deserved what he got.
Yeah. But everyone also reserves some kind of redemption too. People can fuck up and come back. Question is how.
You got to admit it first and say sorry, and he's never done that. He sounds like a typical dickhead with a power play. But look, you're right. You're right. But at the moment, I don't think he has ever apologised, although Hollywood is not exactly a place that likes to give you second chances unless you drink from the cool water, and I wouldn't drink from the Hollywood cool water either, so maybe there's some of that going on as well. So I might be doing him a disservice, but there's a lot of reports out there. Anyway,
all right.
What's next?
Move on to our next story.
Put a ticket in and make a name again!
The first trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day has officially become the biggest trailer launch of all time. According to its early reports, it's ranked up massive global viewership across platforms within its first 24 hours. It's another reminder, despite the ongoing chatter about superhero fatigue, Spider-Man still sits at the very top of pop culture food train. But here's the real question: Are we looking at genuine audience excitement, or full force and Sony marketing machine doing exactly what it's designed to do and get people excited for these things? Because in an era where every trailer drop is a coordinated global event, breaking records doesn't always mean it's breaking through. Still, whether it's hype or nostalgia or curiosity about where the story goes next, one thing's clear: people are watching. And I know, because I've seen it about 6 times, and I've picked the trailer apart, and I found one thing that's making me very concerned.
I will say about, is this genuine? Yes. Right? And I know it is, because I know how big Spider-Man is here. I know how loved Spider-Man is. Look, you know, Marvel is fucked. Sony's not. because you can make as many Spider-Man films, people are always going to go and see Spider-Man, because Spider-Man's the little guy. There is a reason that Spider-Man is among people's most favourite superheroes. He's my favourite superhero. He's your favourite superhero. And there's reasons why, right? And it does not surprise me that 718 million people watched this. It doesn't, because Spider-Man 3 was such a fucking good movie. We were always going to want to see what they did with the follow-up. Tom Holland has done every fucking thing right. You know, he hasn't got involved in politics. He hasn't opened his mouth. He got married quietly. He has never said anything dumb in interviews. This kid knows what he's doing, so he's a likable kid, right? So we, when we're watching this, we like him. We like Spider-Man. Why the fuck wouldn't 718 million people see this? The finance lady at my place, she's Scottish, right? She was in Glasgow last summer. Took her daughter to go and see him swinging through the fucking street. Swinging through the fucking streets of Glasgow. Fucking so jealous.
It's not exactly New York, but
then Holland came and greeted everybody afterwards and said hello to people. And I mean, she got a photo with him. I mean, this is... Everybody wants to see this fucking movie. It's not... And yes, there is superhero fatigue, but there ain't Spider-Man fatigue.
So I'm gonna throw this in here. There are 2 superheroes that if you get a trailer for and they look good and the story's good, people will see and get excited for. One is Spider-Man, the other's Batman.
Yes, I don't think Batman quite has the reach that Spider-Man does. I think Spider-Man is the more powerful of the 2, but you're right. But I think Batman's bigger amongst the geek community. I think he's slightly more niche. Don't get me wrong, I agree with you. I fucking love Batman. But I think Spider-Man is more universal than Batman is. But again, Batman done right is gothic, so it's not going to be everybody's perceptive. But look, he's even wearing the iconic suit. I mean, you can't fucking get more iconic than that. We'll watch the trailer and then we'll talk about the trailer. But it does not surprise me that this is the biggest trailer. Seeing all the kids here that love Spider-Man, even now, you know, Spider-Man, whilst there is fatigue for other characters, and that's partly Marvel's fault for fucking up everything after Endgame, there's never going to be Spider-Man fatigue. So no wonder Sony's kept on to it, and Marvel, I bet Sony's got the better half of this deal now, and I tell you what, after this, the next one, Sony's going to get a bigger cut. And if I was Sony, I'd be going, come on, Marvel, bigger cut. Because it's not fucking the MCU appeal that's driving this.
Yeah.
So, we'll talk about the theories and everything after the news section. But it doesn't, you know, I slightly disagree with what AI has said there. I know Spider-Man's appeal is big. I know it because you just see it. When we were in Vietnam, fucking, you know, what was the one superhero that we saw everywhere? Fucking Spider-Man. He is across the world popular.
Yeah, it's I don't know what I've got one massive concern, and when we go for the Spider-Man trailer, I'm going to bring it up, and you're going to go, "Oh fuck!"
I've heard two rumors, and
wait,
I think I know what they're doing. So I'm not sure about it, but at the end of the day, the trailer's quite good. But yes,
you know what the music means, don't you, Keith?
It's comments time.
It's comments time. Yes, thank you very much. So, woman first, and she's like no insider information. Just literally got home, and then my comment about needing the new wife didn't go down well.
So far.
And then Chuck was in for second place, and he's claiming that Tana's disqualified because she has an insider advantage. And then Laurie saying hello.
Hi,
Keith.
Laurie.
Hi, Laurie.
Hi.
What's that, Mrs. Did I do Mrs. Doubtfire voice? I can't remember. Scottish. No, that was just me being with accents. Mop and bucket to aisle 3, please. Ryan Gosling might have to watch that movie.
Laurie, go and see it. Go and see it. It's fucking awesome. Anyway, it's a really good movie. We're going to talk about it, so you might want to put your fingers in your ears about it, but go and see it.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Oh, look. Oh, shit, Invincible. No, I haven't watched Invincible. I need to watch Invincible. Shit. I wish I knew.
I've been catching up on everything else this week. I got through One Piece just before we started.
You can talk about One Piece if you want later.
That was good.
Keith and Gareth, shepherd's pie with lamb I made was awesome. Might stay with lamb instead of beef.
With you. See, I prefer shepherd's pie to cottage pie, so I'm with you.
Why I never get notified. Angel, look at your Twitch notifications. You'll see me on Twitch, mate. Oh, hi,
hey, Angel.
No inside advantage today. Just YouTube and I parked up. So I just checked YouTube as I parked up in the driveway to see if they'd started, thinking the video was... well, okay, cool. Right. I'm going to turn the music down. Because I've got something... Are we going to
do June 3 part?
No,
Spider-Man?
No. We're doing Spider-Man Connection. Trust me. Right. So let's rewind this because I did watch a bit of this. And then I'm going to then break it down piece by piece. So here we go.
I can't believe our first hit MIT. MJ, come on. Pretend like you're not the happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
I can't.
I knew it.
Kind of cool.
Hi, My name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but we used to know each other. Something bad was going to happen, and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me. Because I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man.
Glasgow.
Frank, you just hit me with
That's
the van.
Glasgow.
Put your whimpering. Suit yourself. Mother.
Go home!
I love that bit.
And sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart. What is happening to me?
Oh, God.
He's got organic webs.
Excuse me, Dr. Banner.
Wait.
I need your help.
What did you say your name was? If DNA is mutating, it would be enormously dangerous.
Spiders have 3 life cycles. When between cycles, it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats.
We are faced with a danger that we can't control. One we can't even
That's
see.
Jean Grey.
Stay out of my way.
You're losing it, kid.
And for those spiders who make it through, it amounts to a kind of
Stingray. That's kind of cool. The hand.
Wait for it. Wait.
rebirth.
Nice flowers.
Oh, they're, housewarming.
She's still wearing
I'm,
the
MJ.
necklace.
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
Friendly neighbor.
Right. So, my turn now. So I'm going to turn the volume off on here. So let's just let this roll a bit for a bit, and then I can start pausing it and making my comments, because I've got a lot of comments. I don't like Zendaya as Mary Jane. Sorry. She looks fucking. She was just like kind of. If she wasn't always miserable, her being miserable there might have a more emotional impact. I'm just saying, because she's fucking miserable. So, come on. So we get the first thing. Does the drop, which is awesome, because I've done that in the video. We've done that in the
I
game.
love the look of this suit. Probably because it just looks like the proper
proper Spider-Man suit, not
Yeah.
Iron Boy suit. So first things first. He's looking quite old.
Well, he is meant to be older. I mean, this is post high school.
30s. It looks like mid to late 30s. So it's like kind of boring, kind of. I always liked the Spider-Man washing his stuff. The Amazing Bag Man. You know, the thing behind the Amazing Bag Man where he couldn't get his uniform, so he just got a bag and a fucking fake Fantastic Four costume. So come on, right? Let's get into the interesting stuff. And
You know who that is, don't you?
who? What?
Go back.
is-
Go back. Look at the person giving the key. Do you know who that is? Because I think I know who that is.
I don't think that's who we think it is either. Look
No,
at the
I think
halo
that's
effect.
Miles, I think that's Miles' mum.
You think that's Miles Morales' mum?
I think they're bringing Miles Morales in. I think that's what they're hiding.
Okay. All right. It does look a bit odd. Maybe. So let's go into it. Right. So come on. So so first things first. Right. That's Glasgow.
You're right. Do you know, just going back, just before you can, you're right, that's Glasgow. I saw somebody did an AI video from the kid in Stranger Things as Miles Morales, and it totally fucking works. Which totally fucking works. I don't know how they did it, but he's in the full black Spider-Man thing, and I just went, yeah, that fucking works. The kid from Stranger Things. But anyway, go on.
So first things first, we've got the Punisher. I
kind of like this.
And if we've got the Punisher, it's a good chance we've got Daredevil.
Yes.
Because we've got the Hand, which will be there.
Well, we've
later.
already had Daredevil in it because
Yeah.
he knows Matt
And there's a good chance we might have fucking Kingpin in it too.
Well, I know Kingpin's in it. I think that was announced that he's in it.
I can't remember if it was confirmed though. It was one of those speculative things that we know. So I like the goes to swear. Keep it PG-13. That's what that's called. So
she's still wearing the necklace.
I know, but right. So this is the thing here. So what Spider-Man comic book storyline involved him changing?
There's several, but the one that you're probably referring to is the one where he gets killed and evolves into something beyond.
The Man Spider one from the 90s.
Okay, you think that's where they're going?
Because if Sadie Sink is Jean Grey,
which she is,
and they're talking about mutations, yeah, just saying.
You think he's a mutant?
I think they're going to refer, because it was always the thing to refer to the mutant. I think there's also something that's been cut out here too.
Well, yeah, because he hasn't got his fucking wrist things on, and he's just struck a web. So organic fucking webs, unless it's somebody saving him, which it might be, which might mean it's Miles. And I think they're hiding Miles.
I think you might be missing a set of arms. Or 2 additional, or 4 arms. So, because in the comic book, he turns into the Man Spider thing, and he gets a set of arms. Extra arms.
Okay, so, right. There are several storylines. One of the ones is that he's going to get killed at the end of this, and then he's going to come back in Avengers Doomsday in the black suit, which follows another storyline.
Don't want that one. We want the decent ones from the 80s,
but
90s.
This here, right? He's in a web, right? And he could be having the same thing as, like because, I mean, it does exist in the comics where his powers disappear because he's all fucking depressed and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 things that it could be here, or 3 things, right? Yours is a good theory. The other theory is that he's developed organic web things, or there's another Spider-Man and it's Miles. Now,
okay,
I can quite see them doing Miles Morales and him going forward in the next 2 Spider-Man films, and that, Tom Holland is leaving the character.
Mm-hmm.
I can, because there was rumors that he didn't want to do it anymore, and then there was rumors that he wants to do it forever. I personally think they're bringing in Miles Morales, because I think that was Miles' mum, because Miles' mum does run for government, and does end up being quite high up in the New York government, and she is a Hispanic what's her face, and I think she's voiced Miles' mum somewhere in one of the things. I think that's Miles' mum, and we know that Miles exists in this universe because we saw his uncle in the first Spider-Man film.
All right,
so that could be Miles Morales.
Let's not talk about Miles Morales. I think he's got another set of arms. He's got organic webs, but he's got 2 other arms. So he's got 6 arms in total.
Webs. It could be organic webs.
I think it's a mix. So this, should have been one of 2 people, and it should not have been Bruce Banner. It should have either been Reed Richards or Dr. Connors.
Well,
yeah.
Well, do you know the guy that's talking at the end? That's talking about spiders have 3 lives. That's Connors.
No, that's not Connors. There's a chance that's not Connors, because he would have been here in this bit here. Yeah. Note that he's got a thing on his wrist to try and keep his Hulk intact.
Yes, that was in Hulk.
So there's a good chance that he'll get broken and they'll go and destroy Harlem again. So you got that in there. Where are we?
Yeah, because Jean Grey's going to make him go do Lally. It's obvious.
I don't know if he's going to make him go do Lally.
Well, we know that we're going to see what's his face Hulk in this, and he had the same device in She-Hulk. The first episode. That was the one thing I remember from that shockingly shit thing.
So someone's there in green.
I think that's Sadie.
Explosions. Yeah, so now here's a weird thing. There's some kind of body jumper, and I don't know if it is Jean Grey using her powers to try and escape using a mental ability. Yeah. So she's jumped into someone else's body to try and, like, she's projecting herself, or Because if there is, I'm trying to. I can't think. I'm stuck with body jumpers in Marvel Universe. I know fuck all. Yeah, for like body jumpers and stuff. So it's like you see him jump there, jumps up there, jumps up there, and there's Milchek from Thingy.
Well, Milchek could be Connors.
I will bring up my big concern right towards the end here. So you got that there. That's Sadie Sink, yeah? I don't know.
I think it's
Maybe
Jean Grey, and I think
comedian?
that's the person. Oh, no, I think it's Jean Grey. I mean, the rumor, it is a persistent rumor that she's Jean Grey, and like, you know.
All right. I'm just hoping that if that was the chameleon, the bag on the head would make more sense. Yeah.
It's a hoodie.
Is that a hoodie? It looks like a fucking bag on the head.
It's a hoodie.
That looks more like a bag. Scorpion.
Okay, Scorpion's also. Yeah,
I like Michael Mando as an actor.
Yeah. We knew he was the Scorpion. They introduced him in the first. You see, the fact is, it keeps going back to the first film, right? There's lots of things in the first film, which is why, and I know I keep saying it, I think Miles is in it, and I think that's what this trailer's hinting at, because he was in it. What's his face? His uncle was in it. I love the fact that he's the Scorpion, and he's got Boomerang in it as well.
I didn't know Boomerang existed. I know Captain Boomerang from Thingy. So you got him, Scorpion there fighting, and then clearly messing up there. Punisher. Humor.
You see, I think that's Kingpin's security forces that were introduced in Daredevil. So your thing about Daredevil being in it and the fact that the Hand are in it, I think you're right.
That woman looks like she's trying to pretend to be someone else from the X-Men.
You'll give you that, yeah, but it's not.
No, I know it's not, but it looks like it is. I think they're hinting. Yeah. And then that's Boomerang, and then you got the Hand here. And if you got the Hand, you got Daredevil.
I think you're right.
So I think you got the Hand in here.
But the Hand were defeated, so I would like to know why that is an epically that's an epic shot. I think that is an awesome shot. I want that as a poster. That is kind of cool.
All right, now, let's find. I need to find the bloody clip now. I can do audio.
Excuse me, Dr. Banner.
Come on.
If DNA is mutating, it would be enormously dangerous.
I need to get the clip with Keith David.
Spiders have 3 life cycles. When between cycles, it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats.
We are faced with a danger, but we can't.
All right, so I think, and you're gonna, and the chances of it being true are so fucking high, it terrifies me. Yeah, I think Keith David, and brace yourself for this, is Professor X. Because in the comic, when he did the man spider thing and he was mutating, he went to the expert on mutation, and that was Professor fucking X. And Professor X's thing was, I'm not here to stop the mutation, I'm here to help you embrace it. And he turned around and gave him a fuck you for that.
Why? Okay.
The reason is I heard lots of things about they were redoing the X-Men. They were talking about casting a black Professor X and a black Magneto. And they were going to base it around the civil rights movement rather than the Jewish Holocaust. And he's the right age for the black civil rights movement. He must. He's got to be.
Actually, curiously, I don't think X is problematic to be recast as a different race. Magneto is, but and actually Hollywood wouldn't do that. Half of Hollywood is Jewish. They wouldn't get away with that. They would not get away with that. Yes, they wouldn't get away with Magneto. But
I like Keith David as an actor. I think
going in a different direction with X, Professor X. Bearing in mind that we've had McAvoy and Patrick Stewart, and who the fuck do you pick to follow up Patrick Stewart? You would go in a different direction.
Oh, I
I know that we bat against race swapping at times, but actually I don't think it on the surface, it's not problematic with Professor X. In fact, it kind of makes sense. But if they then fucking play into all that bullshit, because guess what, Gareth? Just while you were talking about racism, you know that thing we predicted where the Papa Izu would have a story that came out about receiving death threats because he's playing Snape. You know when we said, I bet you how long before that story comes out? Guess what, Gareth? It came out this weekend. Are we shocked? No. What did they want that to happen? Yes. But with Professor X, that could be interesting. He is a good actor. He is an interesting actor.
He is, but
and that could work. But he's not in a wheelchair.
Oh, don't fuck off with that.
Unless they're hiding the wheelchair. You have to have Professor X in the wheelchair. Professor X has to be in a fucking wheelchair.
Oh, dude,
right?
If they're not going to make
off
him
Russell T.
bald
Davis,
and white,
Professor X has to be.
They're going bald and white. What do you mean they're going to put him in a wheelchair?
That will piss me off. You can make him whatever bloody race, but he has to be in a wheelchair. It's like that is an essential part of the character.
If we do not hear that he is Professor Connors, then he is Professor X. And the reason that I made me worry was the fact that we saw Mark fucking Ruffalo instead of Keith David, who would have been if he was Connors.
Yeah, we knew the Hulk was going to be in this. That's been rumored for months.
No one wants Mark Ruffalo.
I knew he was in it.
Come on.
Right, I have a problem if they go. I don't have a problem with X. You know, them race swapping X. They race swapped bloody Nick Fury and that totally fucking worked. Samuel L. Jackson, even though they fucked it up with the Secret Wars thing, before that Samuel L. Jackson was Nick Fury for me, and totally works as Nick Fury. I think the same could happen with Professor X. What will piss me off is if they change Magneto's storyline. You can't fuck with that. Magneto's storyline. You can't fuck with that.
If he is Professor X, they've changed Magneto's storyline. It's about racism now.
If that's what it's going to be about, then I'm with you. And I agree with you. If it's him alone and they're not going to bother going down, you have to do something different with X. I can understand that mentality because you've had McAvoy as a really good young version, and then you've had Patrick Stewart. And how the fuck do you follow up his Professor X? Who would you cast? And how would you avoid them always being compared to what's his face? You don't. It would make almost sense to race swap and who's the actor that you would get to play him. Well, what's his face as the actor? That actor he's an interesting actor, and he's done some interesting parts, and he is a bit of a chameleon actor in terms of he can play very different parts. I mean, you look at him in Mission Impossible, you don't see what's his face from fucking the Apple thing at all. You see a different character. I think he could be quite interesting as Professor X if they don't lean into the stereotypical racist bullshit.
You know that, Keith, they can't fucking help themselves. They really can't. We are surprised that Paradise went as long as it did before it went down that route.
No, well, it didn't go down that route. I don't think
it did. It did. It did. It had its...
I think the thing is we're so cynical about this now. Every time anybody does this, it's going down that route. And this is the thing that I've spoken to you about now, that they every time they actually want to do something that's genuine, they can't because everybody's always going to see it this way because they've too heavily leaned into it. I have a problem if it's Magneto's storyline that they change because I think you can't do that. It doesn't make sense, even if it's.
We will see.
Because
if he's Kurt Connors, It's fine, and this is academic. I don't mind them sorting Kirk Connors around.
Yeah, but even if it's press for X, it doesn't mean they're going down that route with Magneto. But I can understand your cynicism, and I'm not gonna sit here and argue that you're wrong, because I fucking hope you're wrong. But I'm not going to say you're wrong, because I can't disagree with you.
I'm going to ask a question.
No, I'm with you.
Hollywood a little anti-Semitic at the
No,
moment?
I'm
just
with
saying.
you. Well, no, it's not, because it's literally fucking bankrolled. So, no, it's not anti-Semitic.
You can
like
still
other
get
things,
self-hated Jews, mate.
Yeah,
It's
the thing is,
fucking concerning. I don't like it.
the thing is, Magneto's character, that would not work as a racist story. It wouldn't, because it just wouldn't. Magneto,
Keith.
Yeah.
Keith. Disney, mate. All right.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know. Oh shit. So that's your big thing. You think he's Professor X? That's your.
I'm
that's the
scared
thing
that
you're
he's
biggest
Professor.
one.
If he's Kirk Connors, it's fine.
That's what
I will
heard.
live with it. Yeah, Kirk Connors. I can live with Kirk Connors, but he's.
I heard the rumor is that he's a lizard. But
I'm hoping he is, because he could do Kirk Connors easy. The problem is
Okay,
I think that's too small a role for him too.
Take your fear out of it. Take your fear out of it for 1 minute. It was quite a good trailer.
That was quite a good trailer, yeah. It pointed out loads of things, gave us lots of stuff to talk about. As the trailer goes, it was an interesting trailer. There's no two ways about it. Whether it's a good film, that is yet to be seen.
Yes.
But saying that, I liked the Indiana Jones trailer, and that film was shite. Prometheus trailer. I liked the Prometheus trailer. It was one of the best trailers I've ever seen.
You're not wrong. I cannot, and will not argue with you about the that fact, because you're right about the Indiana Jones trailer. Right?
Yeah, yeah, we heard about the Savage Hulk thing too. Tremel Tillman is who the hell is Metzger, leader of DDC from X-Men? I don't know that. I get deducted a nerd point there. I easily know this shit. Tillman. Anyway, I can't remember. Anyway, let's move on to our next trailer.
Yeah. You know, this releases on the same day as Avengers Doomsday.
If we have a girl,
And still look better.
what will we name her?
Her name should be Ganima. She'll need to be strong, like her mother. What if it's a boy?
I would name him Leto. So he would have the wisdom of his grandfather.
Are we getting Space Hitler? We're getting Space Hitler, aren't we?
No, we're not. Not quite.
War feeds on itself. The more I fight, the more our enemies fight back. I'm doing the best I can to protect
Hang on.
family.
So I've not watched this. Hang on, I've not watched this. What's that?
I'm doing the best I can to protect my family.
No. Okay, maybe I missed it completely.
How did Father do it?
Your father never started a war.
Space Hitler. Space Hitler.
I know the story.
I'm not afraid to die. But I must not die.
Space Hitler.
Not Space Hitler. He is
It's
the
fucking
leader.
Space Hitler.
He doesn't kill like that.
He gets lots of fucking jihad against the known universe.
No, he starts it, right, in the book. You see at the end of the second film, and he's told, you don't know what you've unleashed. The Fremen conduct a jihad across the galaxy and wipe out quite a lot of people, but it's the Fremen that he can't control.
And he's okay with it.
He's not okay with it at all, and you'll find that by the end of the book, because at the end of the book he's never okay with it. Now, the way the book ends is the second book ends is different to the film, because the film they had to do some feminine bullshit, which is why I like the first film a lot. I like the second film. I hate the ending of the second film because that's not how the book ends. Cheney never ever leaves him. She loves him, and they have a thing, and she understands why he has to marry the princess. And you know, it's never because of that. Now, this is mostly set on is actually only 14 years. This is set 17 years after, so that we can get Anna Taylor-Joy as Paul Atreides' sister. Now, she's one to watch.
Right. So
if this goes right, Paul will only be around for half the movie.
Okay, so I'm trying to remember the notes, because I read the notes a while back. So because I didn't want to know too much, because I didn't want it spoiling the film, if that made any sense. Because I wanted to go in there fresh face. All I remembered was the original film with Patrick Stewart and the one by Lynch. Yeah. And I liked that film.
If we're talking about space Hitler, it's not Paul Atreides, it's a space Hitler. Now his son turns into a hybrid worm in the books, because the books, I understand why they are ending with Messiah, because after Messiah the books kind of go off the rails. Now that's not Duncan, by the way, although, you know, sorry Gaff, but he's in it. He is a clone, effectively. But it's a bit more complicated than that, but I'm not going to spoil it for you. The Spacing Guild need to be in this, because the one thing that I've really sort of not liked is we never saw the Spacing Guild. They absolutely have to be in this one.
All we got was a few people in like suits from the Spacing Guild when they were on your Atreides' homeworld. And that was it.
But the trailer does hint at a bigger Spacing Guild. But basically, at the end of the second film and the first book, Paul unleashes a jihad across the known galaxy, and that kills a lot of people. But some of them kind of deserved it. So
so the notes that I remember from Dune were that Frank Herbert wrote it as a warning against charismatic leaders, if that made any sense. Yeah.
Yes.
So he didn't like the idea of fucking focus not working in your camera, right? He didn't like the idea of charismatic leaders and people being kind of falling like for them, and then not paying attention to what they're actually fucking doing. And Paul Atreides was supposed to be like a warning of that.
Yes and no, because I mean, again,
it's Space Hitler.
Space
Hitler confirmed.
No,
June 3. That's it. End of conversation.
Paul gives up power and walks into the desert.
All right.
And he becomes blind and walks into the desert, and you think he's dead, right? But he kind of turns up in the fourth book as this kind of prophet, right? Okay. Now, I don't know if they're going to take elements out, and the fact it's called Dune Messiah, but they're not calling it Dune Messiah, they're calling it Part 3. I think this is going to take elements from the fourth book, because Anna Taylor-Joy is in it as the sister, and she becomes the regent because the kids are too young to rule. But he gives up power. He gives up power because he can't control what he's unleashed.
All right. Space Hitler confirmed. Keith's not going to argue with me because I'm right.
It tells me when you mute me.
I know it tells you when you mute. I can hide it if you really want. I'm just kind enough to do it. Okay, just remember that. It's basically confirmed June 3. Good, right. Let's talk about. Do we talk about Paradise, or do you want to talk about Project Hail Mary?
We can talk about Project Hail Mary first. Right. One thing I will say to you. There are going to be elements in the movie that are going to fuck with your scientific brain. I highly suggest that you read the book because they get they don't explain certain things in the film, and I know the science behind it. So I heard it didn't bother me because I'd read the book, so I understood the science. But I saw a comment. I think it was Mark Commode, because I watched his review of it, and one of the things he comments on is he goes, "Oh, you know, a lot of it just magically happens," and it was like, no, it doesn't. There's like this, but then I went, oh no, that's in the book, but they explain it. So like when he meets Rocky and he develops the software that translates, there is an entire fucking explanation in the book how he does that, and it goes into great detail on how he learns to communicate with Rocky. It kind of happens very quickly in the film. But here's the thing, right? The film sticks to the source material with one or two minor exceptions, right? So there's a couple of things that actually I understand why they're not in the film, but my wife got upset at one point, and I don't think the film does a good enough job of explaining why he's chosen to go, because there's a tie connection in the book. The person that develops the coma technology, so because obviously they're in, even though, you know, in relativistic speeds they make the journey in 4 years, it's still widely thought that they should sleep that 4 years, so they're put into comas, and it's discovered it was a technology that became defunct on Earth because it was found that it was a rare gene that allowed you to survive this coma technology, right? And only a few people had this rare gene, right? Grace is one of the people that has a rare gene. They do not mention that in the book, in the film. They also do not go into how they mass produce the astrophage, which they do in the book. So all the scientific explanations that you're going to want, they're in the book. And when you read the book, you go, right. But what the film does, and what the film does so well, and what is at the heart of both of Andy Weir's books is, it's the same with The Martian. Both books are really sciencey, but at the heart of them, it's all about humanity. It's all about human stories. And the humanity of the story is on full show in this movie, and it is done beautifully. Right, and I think the choice to make Rocky a physical puppet worked because I think it improves what's his face's performance, because he is physically acting with something that he can see and not a tennis ball. Rocky is not CGI. There is no CGI shots of Rocky. It is all puppet. And it fucking works.
It's a puppet.
There was a couple of times when I was saying that, because at one point they even make a joke of it because Rocky insists on Grace doing a puppet show, and I just thought that's an inside joke. There's a lot of nods to people in there. There's things that are not explained, right? That you know because you've read the book, but I kind of had to explain to my wife. But there's something that they kept putting here that's not in the book that I actually quite liked, because in the book, once he leaves Earth, you never see it again, right? You never see what happens afterwards, right? In the book, in the film, you do. In the book, again, spoilers, he saves Earth, right? And he knows that he saves Earth, right? But it's not. You see more. It's more visual in the book. He never goes on Rocky's ship in the book. Right, but I actually thinking about it, right? Xenonite is a gas. Xenon is a gas, right? Which Rocky and his have worked out how to make a physical material, right? So it kind of stands to reason that they could have made a spacesuit out of it, a flexible spacesuit out of it, right? Which is what they do in the film, and he's able to go onto Rocky's ship and see it. And it was the one thing in the book that always got me. It's like, hang on, why couldn't he have just made him a spaceball so he could have gone on to thing? And that was always the thing that was missing in the book. That was the one thing, and the film does it. And it's slightly... It's a scene that you understand why it's there, but it's slightly sentimental. But the soundtrack, the way the film is put together... The way it is acted, it is a beautiful film, but it is more about the humanity, and it pays less attention to the science of the book. The Hail Mary is not the way it's described in the book, right? It's back to front. And as one of the Lego people that were reviewing the Lego model pointed out, the way the gravity works, slightly wrong. And I saw that immediately, whereas in the book it is properly explained, and there is even a diagram in the book to show what the ship looks like, so you can understand when the lab splits away from the ship, so that the ship can spin, so that they can have gravity, because to conduct certain experiments you need fucking gravity. And the other thing that the film does, which I understand why they did it, because you couldn't spend 2 hours going into this, at the beginning of the book, right, there are no windows. He does not know he's in space, right? He doesn't know his fucking name. Right, he works out that there's something wrong with the gravity, right? So you know this guy's clever because he works out that the gravity's heavier where he is, and he works that out. And then he realizes that I'm on a ship, right? He doesn't get into the control room until he remembers his name.
Yeah.
But they speed through that in the film. They have to, because they have to get to... and there's other bits where it doesn't really explain, because, like... The spin drive chucks out so much fucking heat, right, that it literally could ignite a fucking atmosphere, right? I mean, they do show, like, 1 microgram of what this astrophage, like, melts a 6 fucking inch thick iron plate in seconds. And there's science behind it, because the amount of fucking energy that's being released by this, right, it literally burns a hole in space. It's so hot. They don't play a lot on that, but you see it visually when the ship is going through the atmosphere of this planet, right? I won't tell you why it's doing it, but they have to angle it at a certain degree, right? They never explain that very well in the film. They explain it exactly in the book why they're doing it, but it's fucking setting the atmosphere alight as it's going through it, because they have to use the spin drive to keep the ship in a certain thing. And again, it's all explained. So try and switch your scientific brain off, then go and read the book if you want to get the science side of it.
I've gone back to the gym, so perfect time to do audiobooks.
The audiobook is brilliant. It's by it's narrated by Ray Porter, and he does a brilliant job. The audiobook is... But what they do is they keep the ending. And because my wife thought it was about to end, I was like, no, it's got another 30 minutes yet. Right. Yeah. It's going to be ending. I went, no, this is not the end. Would I like it if it ended like this? And she went, no. I was like, right. So trust me. And the ending, they kept the ending. And I'm not going to lie, I fucking... The way it's done in the film, the way it ends, it's beautiful. They admit a couple of things in the book, but they get the heart of the ending, and again, what I like about Andy Weir's stories is, you know, at the end of it, at the heart of both books, it's all about humanity. I mean, he has that lovely speech in his book at the end of The Martian about, you know, in most human beings we have this almost desire to help each other out, that it's kind of built into most human beings, right? And it's a very human ending. Ryland Grace is not a typical hero, but again, there's a line in it that's in the book, and they kept it in the film, where he speaks to one of the fellow astronauts, and an astronaut says, "You just need to find somebody to be a hero for." Right, and that plays so nicely towards the end of the film. But the relationship between him and Rocky, And Ryan Gosling he's fucking brilliant in this role. I mean, he is now Ryan Graysmith, and he is fucking brilliant. The soundtrack is great. The direction is great. The relationship between him and Rocky is it's beautiful. I mean, there's no other way. And there will be moments where you have to be honest, because I think you're gonna have wet eyes at some points in this. Because I know you've got a heart, and I defy you not to get emotional at certain parts in this film. Because both me and them were fucking blubbering, and I knew it was coming. And it's like, I'm still fucking blubbering because they make Rocky so fucking real, and I don't think it would have worked if he wasn't a puppet. And you, within minutes, you don't see a puppet, you see a real being. And actually the voice, this is my favourite film since Godzilla, minus X. It's not as good, it's never going to be as good as the book, but it hits the points of the book, and it doesn't screw around with them. And the one thing it doesn't do, what they did in The Martian, is they changed the ending of The Martian. They do not change the ending here. They elaborate it slightly. They change certain aspects of it, but the heart of the ending is here, and it's perfect. And the way it ends is just, it's great. It's great. And I really, really enjoyed the film. As a film, without taking the book away from it, it is a very well made film. It's exactly what you should go to the cinema for. It is a brilliant piece of entertainment. It is funny. It's emotional. It's well made. There's no wokeness in it. It's just a fucking good story.
Okay. All right. I'm going to watch it Tuesday.
It's a good film.
Tuesday.
It's a good film.
I'm going to get a seat. So just a quick note. The Tremel Tillman, or Milchek as we call him, is playing a character called William Metzger, who's the Brotherhood of Humanity leader. So he's anti-mutant. So there's lots of mutant stuff in it. I think I might be right with Keith David. Paradise. If you didn't think it was time travel, Keith, explain the current episode. Starts off the poor sucker working in Best Buy. And it's supposed to be Best Buy.
Time travel. I think Alex is a computer or an AI that has the ability to communicate with the past. I don't think anybody's traveling in time. That's one theory. That being said, who is Link? The one thing that baby that was born, Dylan. Yes. I'm wondering if Link is Dylan, and therefore it is time travel.
Hang on, are you talking about the beginning of the episode?
Yeah, you know, was it the first episode that we go back to the bunker? Sinatra, they make this whole thing about this baby being born, and Sinatra goes and visits the baby, and Sinatra says to the baby, you know, one day you'll see the sun and everything else. I'm just wondering if that baby has more to the play. Or, because the other thing, right, this quantum entanglement technology, right, that they mentioned, right, that's basically what's in the three-body problem, the two fucking computer. Because basically it is linking two quantum states. Nothing to do with time travel, right? It's to do with the linking that basically, you know, in like three-body problem, they've got these things that just exist. And they are, yes, right? And that's essentially what that is, that they don't mention.
No. You get deducted one nerd point because the Siphons were created because they could travel at the speed of light to reach Earth.
Yes, but they were quantumly attached. Right? They were quantumly entangled. They were quantumly attached. So that's how they can communicate, in real time. Because they are communicating in real time. Right? And it's to do with quantum entanglement. Right? ChatGPT is not wrong because it mentioned three-body problem. And I was like, oh, yeah, I remember that bit. Right? Because
I really don't like that as a story.
Yes, I know, but that's the bit. Because they communicate in real time with each other. Right? Even though it takes them 90 fucking years to travel to Earth. Right? They've got this computer that literally is controlling everything that's going on. It's talking in real time to its sister computer on their planet. Right? And the reason it does it is quantum entanglement. Right? Now, here's the thing, right? Some scientific nerd somewhere theorized that could also happen across reality. And there are a couple of things in there that kind of imply that this might be parallel universes going on as well. Because what if Link is her son?
Whose son?
Sinatra's son. Because Link is the guy that doesn't get killed. That he is the one that is saved. You know when what's his face goes to kill the software guy. Alex, by the way, is the name of his wife, the one that he kills, and then because he kills her with a lethal injection, right? That I didn't even notice that the first time.
Oh, okay,
And
that
then
makes sense.
Yeah, and then when he says you'll need this tissue, right, and then don't kill him, he's literally going to save the world, right? The kid is Link, the guy with the beard, the one that fucking Xavier keeps seeing, same person, right? And the fact that he keeps splitting, right? Because you see that he kind of goes into two different people, right? Now that could be that. No, this is where it could be time travel, right? Because that could be a paradox. He could already be in existence, and this is why you're seeing him split into. But it also could mean that there's another version of him in there, and therefore he might be from a different reality, which quantum can do.
No, that's not how it works.
It is.
No,
it's
not how
reality.
quantum works.
Googled.
No,
put that into ChatGPT.
No. QEDs do not work like that. The idea of a QED is it exists. It's no, right, hang on a second. It exists within the same universe. It's limited to inside that universe. So when you've got two QEDs, you can affect one QED and it will affect the second QED. And they have to be within the same universe because at one point everything was at the same point.
Right. So it mentioned two things. It's like quantum entanglement and wave superposition. Was it? Wait, hang on. What was the fucking thing?
Superposition stuff.
Advanced wave function, superposition, and quantum entanglement. So there's two different things.
Nerd
here,
fight.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
So wave function. A quantum system is described by a wave function, right, which contains the information needed to perfect measurement outcome. Predict measurement outcome. So this is prediction. It is not a physical wave sloshing around in the ordinary sense. It's a mathematical object that gives probabilities once you take into its magnitude. So it could be a predicting machine. So it might not be time travel, it might be prediction, until we saw episode 6 with the fucking message. And I know what you're saying, right? Superposition means a quantum system that can exist in a combination of multiple possible states at once across measurements and realities.
Right, there's quantum. Right, don't get quantum entanglement confused with quantum superposition.
But he said,
what's the fucking nerd out here and monkeying up?
He said advanced wave function, superposition, and quantum entanglement. He mentions both. He mentions both in the bar. He says both because I'm like, that's two things. Hang on, I need to chat with AI. I had an argument with ChatGPT. You're not the only one who's been arguing with AI because I'm like, that's two fucking things that he mentioned. Right? Because he mentions two things. I paid attention this time, Gav, because you made me go back and pay attention. So I fucking paid attention. Because I'm like, right.
And at the same time, hang on a second. It was really fucking obvious. The episode was called Jane, by the way. And it was really obvious when the guy working in Best Buy on the computer receives one of his first emails and it says, a killer will be born. Tell her she can be stopped. Yeah?
Yes.
So someone needs to tell Jane to get her to kill someone.
But that's not time travel. That's sending messages back in time, technically.
That is timey-wimey stuff. If I ever fucking
It's timey-wimey stuff, but it's not time travel. But that does not explain Link. So like, my first initial thing of watching that episode, because I watched that before I fucking went back and watched the whole thing, I went, that could just be a system sending information back, right?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, at the end of it hints at, because when she says, how is Alex? And then she says, she, right? But then I went back and watched it, and his wife is called Alex, right? The one that he kills. And I'm like, hang on. Alex could be an AI. They could be fucking. This could be a quantum computer, a bit like there was that show a few years ago that fucking could look back in time and predict certain things, and it had a few people in it. I can't remember what it was called. It had a giant fucking dolly in. It was really creepy. It had the bird from Star Trek Picard season 1 and 2, the one we hated, the blondie chick that killed somebody. She was in it. Anyway, Alex could be an AI or a computer system. Alex could be an AI, and he did run a software company, and she wanted to gain access. She wanted to buy the company so she could gain access to this technology. So basically what I'm saying is Alex might not be a person. Alex might be a computer AI, and it kind of makes sense that it might be able to sort of send emails back in time. That doesn't mean it's time travel, but that does not explain Link and the phasing and the weird shit.
No, stop. If you can send an email back in time, that's time travel. Because they'll do the right, hold on, wait. Because they'll do the thing like they do with Quantum Leap, where it's like kind of, we can't actually physically send you back in time, but we can project your brain back. Yeah, so we can't send you back in time, but we can project disruptions in electromagnetism to form emails. And we went back to the 90s because it was fucking easier to do it then. Yeah. But yes.
But they do mention like this quantum, and I'm trying to work out where that comes in to play. Right? I'm trying to work out, because why would they do time travel? You see, the thing about season 1 is they kind of gave you a mystery and then they solved it within a week or two. They have not done that here. There are a lot of fucking unanswered questions. We've got 2 episodes left. And you're right, we're coming up to episode 7, so are they going to do what they did in season 1 and we're just going to get the big fucking explanation?
We might do.
But there was it was a message, right? And I don't think I don't think Sinatra knows who Link is, but it is said he will literally save the world. Right? So Link is the Link. Because he knows what's going on. He's trying to get into the bunker to kill Alex. What if Alex is an AI? And he was mentioned as being the protege. That he was some young protege. Because Boss Man in the bar says that, right? But then it stands to reason that Boss Man in the bar knew who what's his face was even then. And knew he was going to die there and then. That's why he kills his wife just before. Right?
And that's why he keeps going, there's a reason for you being here.
Yeah, but there was this whole speech before that about, taking every day as it comes and being grateful for every day, which is kind of a hint at other things. There is some timey-wimey shit going on, right? I'm not going to deny that, but I don't think it's just conventional time travel. There's too many... The trouble is there's too many contrasting fucking things here. What the fuck is... Because he says he's working on quantum entanglement and superposition. That has fuck all to do with time travel. We can agree on that, right?
Okay.
So where the fuck is the time travel at? And how does he know? And how did he predict? Because that has fuck all to do with quantum.
No, it's like Star Trek, where they just throw fucking quantum in front. It's like, we need better than proton torpedoes. Quantum torpedoes. Yeah, not tachyons. It used to be tachyons. Everything tachyons this. Now it's quantum.
I think, right, the one thing I think is that Alex is not a person. The fact that she calls him she, I think it's an AI or some kind of quantum computer that, because we tend to refer to physical objects as she, and I think that's what Sinatra was doing.
Okay.
And I'm getting irritated by the psychologist chick, although she's kind of always irritated me a bit. You found the daughter bitch. I'm slightly... I think she's being more bitchy because she got fucking egg on her face and now she's turned into like this, oh, I'm going to get you and all fucking like, she just wants revenge. And that's why she's listening in on Sinatra and shit like that. And it has nothing to fucking do with about being on the side of right. It's to do with the fact that, she just wants revenge. And that's far worse than the daughter.
gonna make a joke about you not understanding women. They're always out for revenge and shoes and shopping. She just took our shopping privileges away from her. Okay, it's. Come on, you have to say when you looked at it and you saw the time travel thing, you went, "Oh, it's actually a lot more interesting."
Well, the first thing was like, yeah, it's a fucking flash forward, but it doesn't kind of make sense why Xavier's seeing it, because Xavier hasn't been hit with any timey-wimey shit, and he's never run into.
No. Yet.
Good point.
Yet. He hasn't been hit with it yet. So we know that he's going to get hit with it so he can have his timey-wimey shit.
But that does make me... Because the other thing that I commented on last week and I maintain is this. They spent an entire first episode building up Shaina Woodley's character, right? Right. They spent an entire episode devoted to her, right? To just kill her off.
Oh, no, it's not. It's because what it is when Link sees the baby, he's going to stop doing what he's doing. He's going to stop being bad. He's going to stop all this his nonsense because of the baby. Yeah? And you've got to see that it is important because he's going to look at that and go, I need to think about the future.
Well, he wants... You see, the other thing is he thinks that they can restart the Earth and he wants to kill Alex. He thinks Alex is bad. Because he knows what it is. So, the next two episodes are going to be interesting. But they've got to answer some of these questions to make this... Because, again, the one thing the creator said was each season, because the season 3 was always planned, and he's planned 3 seasons, was going to be a distinctly different thing. Well, season 2 has been a distinctly different thing. And I understand that you think there's more interesting going on in the bunker. And yeah, look, Jane was a good episode because a lot of it took part in the bunker. I
can hear Bart.
I think there was some interesting stuff outside the bunker. I think there's more interesting stuff than you think. What's going to be interesting is to see what Xavier does to fella that killed his friend and then tried to kill him.
Tried to blow him up. He's going to kill him just outright. It's not even going to be... It's going to be one of those things where he's going to sit there and try and talk and he's going to... Jumped on.
I'm not sure.
I started rewatching Battlestar Galactica too. I forgot to say that at the beginning.
No, you did, because you then you know, it was just what you commented on, because I'm not going to get into trouble. So you did tell me because you sent a picture. I was like,
"Oh yeah,
like,
yeah." So first time I watched Battlestar Galactica, I didn't pay 6 as much attention as I am now.
Bullshit.
It might be an age. No, seriously, I didn't. I cannot remember paying that much attention. I think one, I was a bit unhappy because it was so different from the original series. And 2, I think it might be an age thing too. The older you get, the more attractive you find her because of your age, if that makes any sense. So Trisha Helfer. Can I have a phone number?
I personally think she looks better when she's not peroxide blonde. I think she looks better in what's his face? What was she in when she played
Lucifer?
Mum. Yeah, she looks better in Lucifer. Battlestar Galactica is good. I was more of a fan of the ending the more times I've watched it. I want to know what's going on in Paradise now. I really do want to know what's going on. But you might... I was not expecting timey-wimey shit. So this has kind of taken me a little bit by surprise. Because I thought it was always kind of grounded in reality. I thought we were going to get kind of like a Mad Max style thing with Xavier. And we've got something very fucking different. But there is a lot of fucking details in there. There is a lot of fucking details in there. It is timey-wimey, but I'm not convinced it's actual physical time travel yet. But it does not explain Link. Unless there is multiple realities going on. Which I think... Again... You see, how is she going to save the fucking Earth? Right? You can't stop Caldera. You can't. And here's the other thing, right? There's another thing, and I don't think we've got the answer yet. The scientist dude, the long-haired dude with glasses, right? He keeps turning up, like everywhere, right? In episode 7, he's on the news, right? And he's everywhere in season 2 again. Who the fuck is he? How does he know, right? Unless he worked on the... See, how the fuck did Sinatra know, right? And he said, "Oh, I've got an idea." I reckon that he has something to do with Alex.
I reckon that what they might do is they might vent the thing into another universe.
There's something here, because you can't
There
stop a super volcano. That time travel's not going. What are you going to do? There's going to be a super volcano. Build a bunker. Is that it? Right? No.
We've got to build more.
So
bunkers.
how do you change? How do you stop that? This is why I think multiple realities are going on here, right? Because you could be right. They could vent that, or they could go into a different reality. I don't know, right? But there's something about parallel universe. There has to be. You can't. If you can only send messages back, you can't send somebody back in time to stop a super volcano. That thing's going off whether you like it or not. Except the fact is that he says we caused this. Global warming doesn't cause... Well, it could cause a super volcano if the ice was keeping the fucking super volcano at bay.
Okay, so if yeah, the quantum entanglement stuff, all the energy that they're using is the cause. Yeah. Can I have to bring this fucking comment up, yeah? Right, I'll just one moment. You got to meet Jason Momoa. If I get a chance to meet Trisha Helfer, I am.
I'm just
right,
stepping out of this. No, I'm just stepping. I'm waiting for her to come up the stage and beat the shit out of you.
No, I'm just saying. And then I want it so I've got a big.
If you're putting him on the sofa, don't send him here.
Right,
he's not sleeping on my sofa.
Right, hold on. I want it so I've got a big hug. So every time hugs appear, it'll be Tanith with Jason Momoa and myself with Trisha Helfer. Can I have a hug? Because my wife had one with Jason Momoa, and I want one with you. And hopefully she'll go, yeah, all right, fair enough.
The trouble is, though, if Jason Momoa had given you a hug, you wouldn't have been upset by it. Admit it. I wouldn't be upset if Jason Momoa gave me a hug. My man! No. Yeah, bullshit. I can admit that.
No,
I can admit that. I'd be alright with a hug off Jason Momoa.
Do you know what?
I'm straight.
I've just realised something. The reason that I've noticed Trisha Helfer as much is because I reckon there'll be an opportunity coming up where I can have my picture taken with her, and I can have a hug with her, and I can get that picture of me with a hug with her. Yeah? What? And the universe will then balance itself out.
You reckon there's a disturbance in the universe? Is that what it is?
Hell yeah! I predicted when Ben would show up with a lightsaber out of fucking thin air.
That was fucking obvious. It was Ben.
Timing.
It was like
timing. Remember the timing. I feel a disturbance.
Okay, so what is it in paradise? Can I get some of that shit?
I can't do that yet.
I still admit, right? I wouldn't mind a hug off Jason.
Hang on, Trisha Helfer or Jason Momoa? Pick one.
That's hard, cause like, I'm not gonna lie that a hug off, but you can't do anything, right? You're a married man, whereas having a warm bear hug makes you feel comfortable, and you don't feel guilty with that. Whereas getting a hug off Trisha,
I need you to feel fucking awkward.
That would be difficult, because
I need you to feel really fucking awkward.
Hell has no fury like my wife's scorn, and to be quite honest, I would be scared. There's some truth in that. So
I'm going to sit.
Yes, I
My goal
wouldn't turn
by
down
the
the
end
hug.
of the year. By the end of the year, is
I'm
to
not
have-
sure it's worth the fury that would come after that.
The only other person I can think of is Jenna Louise Coleman. I'll go for her. I'd accept
That's slightly
that.
different. That's slightly different.
I can hear steps.
You're in trouble.
I've got nail clippers. I can defend myself. And on that note, before I die,
so
that's how we should end.
guys,
that's how we're ending
guys,
every episode now.
We're
Before
looking
I
for a
die-
new host. We're looking for a new host of the show to replace Mr. Ego here. See, I got it right this week. Because he's dead.
Anyway, thank you very much for washing. Yeah, thank you very much for washing, because we can't smell you, but the people around you do appreciate that. Thank you for watching, and thank you, more importantly, for the guys who listen to the podcast. We've had quite a lot of listeners to the podcast. I'm going to shout out the entire country of Brazil, because they're where our number one group of listeners come from, where we got like 101 of them, which is great.
I like Brazilian food. We're going to a Brazilian barbecue place when I come back to the UK. So good on you, Brazil. I don't know the
beat us too hard in
Portuguese
the football,
for thank you. But
Nando's.
I do like Nando's. It's like, what are you looking forward to the most about when you go back to the UK? Fish and chips, Nando's.
Yes.
And I'm trying to see if we can. I want to go to Clarkson's pub. Do you want to come?
Yeah, I've got someone who went to work there. They said it was really nice, but the wait was a pain in the ass. So you have to book in advance.
Yeah. But no, he's not quitting. He's dead. His wife is going to kill him. So he's not quitting. It's just. Okay, now that one. Is that worth the fury? Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
On that bombshell. It's goodbye from me.
In that black leather suit, though, mind you. In that black leather suit. And bye-bye.
I don't know if I could control myself if she was wearing the black leather thingy. I think I genuinely, if something was to trigger a heart attack, it would be that. But on the bright side, if I had a heart attack, I would make it into Valhalla, technically.
True.
Goodbye, people!
That was quite good.
We're technically still live. It's bonus section, guys. I don't know why it didn't end. I didn't do it. It was him. I blame him.
It's his fault.
It's
his fault.
His
What is
fault.
this, like the DVD extras?
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the Duved extras. Can you end